Screen Chiltinas. Yeah. Mute all. Yeah. Right. So I don't know whether I can make that any bigger without anything. Yeah. That would work.
Right, isn't
it? So these are fairly common tunes. I suspect most people know them fairly well. The aim of a warm-up set is to get them going relatively fast, but we'll do ones through as written slowly, just so that people get reminded how the tunes go, and then we'll go through again, playing each tune twice and faster afterwards. So ones through the page exactly as written.
Paul, can I suggest we play British Grenadiers twice because all the others have got internal repeats?
Yes, this is true. But let's just play the page as written once slowly, just to get the just to hear the notes, and then when we come to do the thing properly, we'll play British Grenadiers more times. Yeah. Oh no. All right. I'll take John's suggestion. We're going to play the page as written, except that we're going to do British Grenadiers twice before moving on to Portsmouth for the slow ones. That way you get the chance to play every note at least twice. Right. So you're going to get the last 2 bars of British Grenadiers as the intro.
Paul, you're getting some very strange noises. Have you got original sound on?
It's not sounding good.
Hold on a minute. Let's go back to this again. Oh, original sound is turned off. Original sound is now turned on. The latest version of Zoom, interestingly, calls it original sound for musicians is now turned on. Okay, we'll try that again, and perhaps fractionally faster than I was doing it then. Right, mute everybody. Again. Change. Repeats. Repeats. Change. repeat. I think I finished slightly faster than I started that, but anyway. Anybody having major problems at that speed before we speed it up any further? Any particular parts that are problematic? If not, we'll do it again a bit faster, I think. I'll take up the fingers moving. So what's the hardest tune? Right. That would do, wouldn't it? Right, okay, so this is at a somewhat faster speed. Same intro, last two bars of British Grenadiers. And we'll do the same thing as we did. British Grenadiers twice and then Portsmouth and Newcastle once as written. Change. Change. And I think we could do it faster still, as it's a warm-up tune. What speed can we set to be? Will that do? Right, okay, last two bars of British Grenadiers, same thing again. Whoops. So, was everybody keeping up? Or was that too fast?
No, that was fine.
There's various thumbs up to it there. I mean, I suspect for dancing speed, you'd need to be at that sort of speed, I think, probably. For any sort of brisk dance. But those people who found it a bit fast will be pleased to know that most of the rest of the tunes are very much on the slower side. Are there any particular bits that anybody would like to just sort of loop round a bit to people anybody had particular difficulty with? No feedback at all there. So, all right, we'll assume that it was all. Somebody says, I can't hear you at all. It's really frustrating. Right. So I think that's enough of a warm-up set there. So we'll move on, and then we've got some parts tunes, and then we've got some music hall tunes, and then we've got another parts tune, and then we'll see how time goes. So let me put the music back for the moment, and scroll down. So the first tune is one that I'm sure most people will know, which is Dark Island. That one. It was the theme tune to a BBC television series in the 1960s, I suspect, which is how it got into the commonplace. I think there's a bit of dispute as to who actually wrote it. It's credit to Ian McLachlan, but there's at least some thread that he based it on a very close to another earlier tune. We've got a two-part setting done by Chris Hills of My Green Shoots set. So initially I'm just going to play through. We have got a synthesized version of both parts of this, which we'll come on to in a minute. But for the moment, let's just take the parts separately. So let's everybody play the top line, the black notes. I'm just making sure what I've got here. Yes, there's if you look at paper copies and things, there's an end tag on here, which is that when you finish in a performance situation, you basically repeat the last 4 bars much slower as a rallentando diminuendo, fading off into the distance, getting slower. But for the moment, let's ignore that and just play down to the end. So it's written so it repeats. You go through, you repeat again, and the second time you finish basically. Or you do it as many times you want, and then you finish. But this time we're just going to play ones through the black notes, and then I don't know. Anyway, we'll play. If I say again, we'll do them twice. We may well actually. Right. So here's the last 4 bars to set the pace. It's a lament really again, so fairly slow. And again. Right, so let's just look at that second part, because it's quite a nice melodic second part, so you can just sort of play it as a tune. It's a similar rhythm on the whole to the similar but simpler rhythm to the line above. So we're going to play the red notes. And everybody try playing the red notes to start with, though if you particularly want you could always play the black ones against it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so I'll give you the same length intro as the previous one, which was 4 bars and a beat. And I'll play the red notes. Oh, what am I doing? Right, let's do that again. Sorry. Again. Right, now I'll play the black notes again this time and you try playing the red notes against them, and then we'll put on both parts and you can hear the two together anyway. So I'm going to play the black notes through. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll play it twice. I'll play the black notes first, then when I get to the end I'll play the red notes. So I'm playing top line first and then second line, and you should, if at all possible, do the inverse. You do the second line first and then the top line. Okay? So me doing black notes first. Right, let's just stop that for a minute. Make sure we've still got everybody. Yes, still lots of people out there. I could have been playing away and there could have been nobody there. You all got fed up and gone home. What I've got is a synthesized version, he says, which I think is a John Mackenzie synthesized version. So if I share again, this time I share two things, that one, and I share sound. And I'm going to cough. Right, so my participants is going to have to go somewhere else, and that's going to have to go back to there for the moment. Right, so John Mackenzie synth, it says. So I think this has got a 4-bar intro in the same sort of way, and I can't remember how it ends. You'll just have to work it by ear. Do you remember, John? Does it do the end tag or does it just stop?
I think it does the end tag, yeah.
In which case I probably need to have the music looking like that. Right, well, let's give it a try and see what happens. So I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3 and press the button, and then I'm going to be silent, and you're going to play against whichever part you want. So the intro is in essence the end tag top line, and then does it the whole thing twice, and then it may well do an end tag out. I said I would count 1, 2, 3 and press the button, didn't I? 1, 2, 3. That was actually rather good, I felt. Yes, for a synthesized piece, not bad at all. Do you want to do that once more, or move on to the next piece? Do it again. Nobody says anything that I can hear.
Let's do it again.
Do it again. Do it again. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up once again. Um, Right, thank you. I would like to be able to hear you playing along there. It'd be nice if there was a secret back channel if I
You
could.
wouldn't have liked what I was playing, I don't think, Paul.
Oh, I don't know. Right, so I think that's enough Dark Island. It's a lovely tune, mind you. It's a very nice setting. I keep trying to persuade Chris Hills to do some other settings because he does some rather good ones. He did Gentle Maiden that we've done as well. Right, so now we're moving slightly off piste from our usual folk thread, though we're not totally a folky thing, are we? If I go back to John had presented a piece of Marc-Antoine Charpentier, the prelude to one of his 5 Te Deums, but people will know at least the bit that's played 3 times that. That's the first bit, but then it goes. And it then goes back to the first one again. I did think of removing that last system and just using a parts thing and say you play A twice, then B, and then you do A again. It is, I think, absolutely identical to the first line. So let's do the same sort of thing as we did there. Go through the black notes first, a bit slower to get fingers on the notes. And then we'll do the red notes, and then we'll let you try playing one against the other, and we'll also then hear the synthesized version. Right, so what speed do we want? That'll do, won't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, last 4 bars of the first line. Well, you play the top line 3 times then. Let's just take that, literally the top line. Let's just take the black notes from the second system that we only played once and the less known. So let's just play that through. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3 and come in at the start of the second line, second system, black notes. 1, 2, 3. And let's do that again. Right. So let's all just play the black notes once more. The whole thing. I'm just getting out 1, 2, 3 and come in from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Yes, I started thinking ahead as to what we should do next. This is fatal if you're trying to read music at the same time. Yes, note that those are grace notes, those little things that are half the width of ordinary notes, and they steal time from the thing they're joined on to. So at least in theory, at the beginning there, you're meant to do the full 2 beats of the D note, and then to play the C, you steal a little bit of time from the B that follows on to it. 1, 2. They really do come. It depends how they're written. It's all too easy, and probably most times people do. They steal a bit before the beat as well, so it has to fit into that gap between the 2 notes. But at least as written there, it's stealing more from the following note than the preceding one. Right, let's just have a look at the red note. This is the accompaniment. It's I think. Well, let's just do it. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3 and play it. 1, 2, 3. Rubbish. I did something wrong in the middle of that second line of red notes, didn't I? I'm not sure what. I'm going to start again at the beginning of the second line of red notes, see if I can do it right. Yes.
Sorry, Paul. I think there's a glitch in the music. That D sharp should be a D.
Is this in my transcription?
Just trying to find it in my my version of the music. What bar is it in? It's the sort of third full bar of the second part red.
Right. You think that should be a Should it?
I'm trying to find it in my.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've got it down as a D.
It sounds very odd as a D natural.
Hang on. I'm struggling to find.
It doesn't sound right to me as a D natural, but
It's a D natural on the music I was originally given.
We're all allowed to make one mistake once.
Hang on, let me see. Yeah, F sharp E, then up to E D. I've got the bar now, and then the next bar comes in with
all right.
an E. Oh, hang on. Yes.
So you'd like us to play that as a D natural? He's saying. So everybody knows we're in the middle of the second line of red notes. I think afterwards we could go and look to see what Charpentier had actually got.
It should be a D sharp, definitely, I think.
The beauty of Zoom is we can play what we like.
Yes.
Can I just say that if you look at the chords on that bar that we're talking about, just before that, you've got you've got a B7 chord, and then it goes straight into E minor. So it's just very briefly from that D sharp, it goes into E minor. If you look above that, EM.
Yeah.
And it just very briefly modulates into E minor, and E minor is relative to the key of G. It's what they call relative minor. So
Yes.
it's the way the person who's done the chords thinks, oh, that should be an E minor. So therefore it needs that leading note, the D sharp.
I mean, certainly if I was playing it by ear now, I would do that as a D sharp. So Paul, you did you comment?
I think it should be a D sharp.
I think it should be a D sharp. It's a.
Yeah, looking again at the music I've got, it's not the original, so I suspect
that's
it's
right. Well, we can all go off.
transliteration error from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clearly a D sharp. Should be.
Yeah, let's
Never mind what the guy who wrote the chords has written, because those chords are just chords. It's
Yes.
not probably what Charpentier didn't write it with chords above it. So.
Indeed, precisely so.
I mean, if there are any duet players there that want to have a go at this, I've got an arrangement, but it's in C. But if you want me to send it to, if anybody's out there with a duet, I can't see many duet players here today. But if there are any out there, I've got an arrangement
there's
to
at
see
least
if I can send to you
one,
quite happily.
Tim. Okay.
Yes, please, Paul.
Yeah.
Paul,
Vivian,
it's Vivian. Yeah, when you've got time, there's no hurry.
I can do that right away, no worries.
Thank you, Paul. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Don't be sorry.
Beg your pardon.
Right.
Didn't
So
mean to interrupt.
let's for the moment keep it as a D sharp, and we will try and check against a Charpentier original to try and find out what he did there. But for the moment, let's keep it as writ, because I think it sounds all right. And when we come on to a synthesized version, that's what it will be playing. So I think. Right. So let's. What should we do? So should we do what I did last time? I'll play once through the black notes and then once through the red notes, and you can. You should be playing the other one, so to speak. So I'm going to play black notes first, so you ought to try playing the red notes against them. And then I'm going to do the red notes, and you should try doing the black notes against them. So we'll see how it works. 1, 2, 3. Changing over. Sorry for the odd fluffed bits there on the last one. Right, let me stop sharing. We've still got people. I now need to find we have a prelude to TDM. So this is a John Mackenzie synth, it says.
And for that reason, it might have a D instead of a D.
Might have a D.
sharp in it.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting to hear, wouldn't it? You listen out and try and tell what you've got. Stop it. Right, anyway, we're not come back to me. Right, because I need to share that, and you're only hearing it through my speakers at the moment. Share screen, that and that. I'm just trying to get everything on my screen at the same time. Right. So I'm going to count. I don't know how does it start? Does it go to lead in or does it just start? It just starts. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and press the button. There might be a slight delay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yes, it did sound slightly odd, that middle bit, didn't it? Shall we do that once more? It's a little bit faster than I was playing it as well. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 and press the button, and then you mentally, well, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Right. So were people managing to keep up at that speed? That yes, there's
Yeah, that was good.
a few
Enjoyed that
thumbs
one.
up there. Yes, I could have. I'm just wondering whether I've got bits of paper all over the place here to see what they. So I'm just looking at the original, the same thing here. I'm now confused. Yes. So certainly the copy you put on the website, John, which I suspect is from a Piper's tune book or something, because it's got chords in thing and letters further down. Hello, my wife's here. What?
Do you want a tea or coffee?
Yes, a coffee would be nice. Thank you.
Yeah, coffee as well. That'd be lovely. Thank you.
has a D sharp in it. Don't know. We'll come to that. Right. Shall we do that once more and then move on to something else? Yep. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. No. Well, that did happen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Yes, it's nice to have something a bit more classical. Right, I'm going to cough. So the next thing on the programme is guest spot stroke around the room. So what we'd like is, particularly to give me a rest, would somebody like to play as something that they've been practicing? It doesn't have to be perfect. What sort of tunes have people been playing? Any volunteers to play something? A few shaking of heads. Paul, you're a reliable person to play things on when put on the spot.
You'll find my Zoom again. Here it is. I'll play the Te Deum Prelude if you like.
Ah, yes, in two part in your arrangement.
Glorious polyphony.
Yes, go on then. Go for it.
I don't know
Hang
what
on a
you
minute.
like.
Have you got original sound on?
Yeah, I think so. See how that sounds.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just let that train go by and I'll be right with you.
Okay. So let me just make sure everyone else is muted, and then I'll mute myself as well.
There you go. It's a bit rough, but there we are. They're all silent. They're stunned into
Yeah,
silence.
well, I'm muted as well. So
Oh, there we are. Lovely.
you had visual applause from very.
I did see a few bits of visual applause. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, it was a bit rough.
Even the cat was waving its tail.
It's probably trying to get away.
So, anybody else? What have you been playing? Anybody want to play something from we did at Quantock Lodge? No.
Must be something.
No, it's not compulsory, but we do like to hear people do things, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just interesting to hear how different people play different things. So anyway, we will carry on then, and we get on to our theme of the week, of the month, which is Victorian Music Hall tunes. And let me just reshare the screen and come back to Durham Rangers. So we've got 5 of them, and the aim here is not to spend too long on any one first time through, just to get a feel for them, and then if we decide one's worth more exercise, we could put it on again in the future. So we've got When You and I Were Young, Maggie, which I had to go to great lengths with my software to prevent it normally finds comma and single word at the end. It thinks it's a thing for putting the at the end of tune, so it wanted to put the Maggie at the beginning and do Maggie When You and I Were Young. Anyway, I persuaded it not to. When You and I Were Young, Maggie, and I'll Take You Home Again, Kathleen. Yes, these are some of these which you think of as being sort of Irish, etc. But I'll Take You Home, Kathleen was actually written in the States by a German origin American. So it's a bit strange.
The Irish are always very good at appropriating anything that sounds a bit Irish,
Yes.
aren't they?
Two Little Girls in Blue is also American, Charles Graham, 1893. When You Were Sweet 16, which is the famous one of that, I think, was done by the Furies, wasn't it? Finbar Fury. And then Lily of Laguna, which again I sort of thought was a Spanish something, but it's apparently an American coon song intended to be originally described as being sung by a black American to an Native American Indian girl. So it's interesting, the origins of the backstories to these tunes. So given that John put these forward, I've asked him to give my voice a further rest and my fingers a rest. I've asked him to do the first 2, When You and I Were Young, Maggie, and I'll Take You Home Again, Kathleen. So do you want to unmute yourself, John, and take control?
Right, fine. I assume most people will have a recollection of these tunes, so we don't need to go too slow. They're slow. They're all sub songs, so they're pretty slow anyway. So for Maggie, I'll play the last 4 bars and a bit. So what sort of speed then? Da 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 da. Yeah, okay. So. And again. Okay, I've probably done the normal thing of speeding up a bit, so I'll play it through again, unless anybody's got any comments about the speed or whatever. I'll play it through again at pretty much the same speed.
Yeah, just watch the third line, second bar, the full, give the full length of that minim that has hill on,
Right.
as its word. Anyway,
Right, you got the same motif all over the place. So
it is, yes.
anyway, I'll try and get it right this time then. So similar sort of speed, 4-bar lead in. And again.
Yes.
Good.
Very nice.
Better. Everybody happy with that, or move on to Kathleen?
Yes, there's thumbs up going here.
Right, good. Yeah, unfortunately, I've only got half the people on the screen, so I'm getting a representative sample, I'm sure. So Kathleen, again, it's slow enough that it doesn't need slowing down.
I can put almost every on the screen like that. Yes.
Yeah. So last 4 bars and a bit. And when the fields are fresh and green. And again. Yeah, I may have sold a note short there. And I've also noticed I've got original sound off, which is because
You were coming through all right, generally.
I was.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
I think because you weren't playing too loudly, it was all right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just one comment on the timing. The first, the second full bar of each line has a sort of similar structure, except it doesn't. It always starts with a long note, but the three of the lines, that long note is followed by a full beat crotchet. But for the first two and the penultimate lines, it isn't. It's a rest and a quaver. And you're playing all those bars the same rhythm, basically. But those first two are 2, 3, rest. Quaver and note. It's more noticeable on the second line where you. There's a definite rest and a shortened last note of the bar for some of the lines.
Yeah,
I'm being pernickety,
thanks,
but
Paul.
you were playing what was in your mind rather than what was on the paper.
Yes.
Right, we're all guilty of that sometimes.
Yeah.
Do people want that again, or
Yes, please
move
do it
on?
once more with original sound
With
on, so we
possibly with rests. We'll see. Right, same intro then, similar speed. Sorry, and again. Two, three, rest. Oh. Whoops.
Very good. Yes. And I'm sorry. I should probably just have let you carry on because you're now thinking about that all the time rather than thinking about being expressive. Is everybody happy with Kathleen there for the moment? Right. Two Little Girls in Blue. I tell you what I'll do, just so people have a feel of this. I found, I'll just go back to my thing for a minute. I found that in my my ripped CDs, I had from an LP called "This Label Is Not Removable," from Flowers and Frolics a long time ago. A rendition of it, which does involve concertinas. Right, so let me just share screen, move music, and that. Wait a minute, let's get back to that. Right, so I won't necessarily let it all play, but you can enjoy this.
An old man gazed at a photograph in a locket he'd worn for years. His nephew then asked him the reason why this locket had cost him tears. Come listen, he said, and I'll tell you, lad, a story that's strange but true. Your father and I at the school one day met two little girls in blue. Two little girls in blue, lad. Two little girls in blue. They were sisters, we were brothers, and learned to love them true. One little girl in blue, lad, stole your father's heart, became your mother. I married the other, and now we have drifted apart. The years rolled on and these girls grew up. One became my wife. I thought her unfaithful, we quarreled, lad, and parted that night for life. My fancy of jealousy wronged a heart that was brave and true. For two better girls never lived than they, those two little girls in blue. Two little girls in blue, lad. Two little girls in blue. They were sisters, we were brothers, and learned to love them true. One little girl in blue, lad, stole your father's heart, became your mother. I married the other, and now we have drifted apart.
There we are. I thought it was worth you having the whole thing, including two verses, because then you know the full story.
They knew how to write a tearjerker in those days, didn't they, Paul?
Interestingly, they were writing it in G, so we could actually, playing it in G, so we could actually play along with that. But
That would be more fun, wouldn't it?
yes, so we may well do that in a minute.
Good
But
old
for the
Flowers and
moment,
Frolics.
let's just try put up with just me and the notes that are actually written on the screen. There were a few places in that where they diverged, but it would harmonise perfectly well, I think, if you were playing the two together. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and come in from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right. I've noticed an error in my my improvements. Didn't. If anybody's particularly interested in the minutia of music typesetting, if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth line, right at the end of it, you will see that two E's have both a tie, which is what they should have, the line joining the notes themselves, but they also have a slur, which should only generally be used between notes of different note value. And this thing, as it came to me, seemed to use ties and slurs instead of ties. So I went through changing them, but obviously in that case left both of them in. So you have a nice comparative typography example. Right. Let me just look at one thing here for a minute. I've got that one, and just want to see what this one goes like. I'll do it for a moment. Right, so
flowers and frolics.
You'd rather have flowers and frolics? Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, all right, let's do that. Let's get rid of that one. How many of these have I got? I haven't. Right. So we've got flowers and frolics there. Get rid of that. Share that and that. I lost it through music. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3 and press the button. I'm not sure how long the delay will be, but you can just pick up as you go along. 1, 2, 3. Opening now.
An old man gazed at a photograph in a locket he'd worn for years. His nephew then asked him the reason why this locket had cost him tears. Come listen, he said, and I'll tell you, lad, a story that's strange but true. Your father and I at the school one day met two little girls in blue. Two little girls in blue, lad. Two little girls in blue. They were sisters, we were brothers, and learned to love them true. One little girl in blue, lad, stole your father's heart, became your mother. I married the other, and now we have drifted apart. The years rolled on and these girls grew up. One became my wife. I thought her unfaithful, we quarreled, lad, and parted that night for life. My fancy of jealousy wronged a heart that was brave and true. For two better girls never lived than they, those two little girls in blue. Two little girls in blue, lad. Two little girls in blue. They were sisters, we were brothers, and learned to love them true. One little girl in blue, lad, stole your father's heart, became your mother. I married the other, and now we have drifted apart.
So there you are. Did you enjoy
Lovely.
it? Yes, it was useful that it was in the right key. I did try and find some of the others, but none. But most of them seem to be playing in 3 flats or something. But for other tunes, that's quite useful. Right. How's time? We've had an hour and a half. Got half an hour left. Okay, let's go back to 2 more of these. Right, I'll have a go, and if I don't do it like it, I'll hand it back to John. Right, okay. So it's a lot of these tunes, really, if you're doing them as airs, you want to do them fairly freely and pause for breath at the end of lines, etc., which is harder to do if we're all trying to play along. Right, so this one, also the setting that John sent me, the endings, the second time bar is really just the first time bar stretched out. I mean, I think you could have done it just as well by saying second time rallentando. But it's in essence, doubling the length of the notes to give you a dramatic ending. So I'll just play through. What have I got? I can't remember whether I did a synthesized anything of this or not. I don't think I did really. No, I don't think I did. I could play it live, but anyway, it'll do. Right, so I'm just going to play this through. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and I suppose. That's awkward, isn't it? Why don't I just go 1, 2, 3, and? Right, like that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and. Right, I'll stop again. I've just realised that I'm not in the key of G at all. I'm in the key of C, so they should be F naturals. 1, 2, 3, and. Again. That was meant to be the slower version at the end there. Right, I tell you what, John, would you like to have a go at this? With a bit more interpretation, perhaps.
All right. Well, I'll have a go at it, but whether I'll get the timing on the last bit right is another matter.
I wouldn't
I was
worry.
trying to recreate what Joseph Locke was singing.
Yes. Yes. I mean, you can ignore the second time bar really, and just do the first.
Well, play the same ending twice.
Yeah.
Well, you could.
Well, up to you.
Okay, if I can get that ending right.
It's there to use
right,
if you
I'll
wish.
have a go anyway. So,
Yeah.
in which case, I'll use it as a lead in. I'll do the last 4 bars. 2, 3. Sorry. Approximate, I think.
Yes, no, that's fine. I think, as I say, these sort of tunes are very difficult to play to a strict beat because you really do want to sort of swing the phrases a bit to make the words fit and have space to breathe.
I'm sure Joseph Locke wrung the most out of it and didn't stick to strict rhythm. Yeah.
No, I'm sure not. Does anybody else want to give us a rendition of this to think how they would interpret it? There's a lot of silence suddenly. Right, okay, well, we'll move on to Lily of Laguna then, I think, at this point. I'm just trying to see what I've got here. I have a... Yes, I've got a Lily of Laguna with chords there. Right, okay. We'll bring that up for a moment in a mo. Right, get that out of the way. My sharing has paused, it says. So I want that. I'll have that as well while I'm at it. Right. Lily of Laguna. Oh no. We'll see how this works. Yeah. try doing that a bit better. And then we may try an automated one to see how that works with the chords, because it's quite interesting the way. And I did look these sort of chords up to the accompaniment things, and it sort of intentionally, I think, goes from A major to A minor in the last line. Somebody has put something in chat. Oh, Jules has just arrived rather late. Oh dear. I played this all right when I practiced it. Yes, it's that C natural, C sharp. You've really got to, on an English, you need to move your hands across a bit from where they would normally be to use two different fingers on them rather than move a finger between them. Right, so here's right, so you get the whole of the last line as intro. I missed a note. Yes, I'm consistently making a pig's ear of the second half of the second line. Yeah, so that just does. Yeah, there's a repeated F. There's a repeated F natural. You think it's going to just be a run. So I'm in an E natural. There's an E, an E flat, an E natural, another E natural, and then the F sharp. I was missing out one of those E naturals.
Where are you, Paul?
I'm in the bar with the D7 over the top, the third bar of the second line. Yeah. What? Yes, that's right. So it's
No, it's an E again.
The E flat may be more easily played as a D sharp on the English, at any rate.
well,
But that fourth note of the bar is an E. Sorry, the fourth note of the bar is an E natural, isn't it?
yes, it's an E natural. Yes, there's two E naturals. There's three E naturals in that bar, and I was missing out. I was missing out one altogether.
Yeah. I mean, I think it should sound like is.
Yeah, precisely so. But I was getting it consistently wrong, so that's I then.
Because you were trying to play the dots, Paul. That's why.
Yeah. Right. So what I'm going to do, I know not everybody likes this, but I'm going to get the computer to play the dots as rot. Share screen, that and that. Let's go to that. Oh, are we showing the right things now? Can you see some music? Hopefully. And if I press, hang on, no, I think I've shared the wrong bit. Hold on a mo.
Yeah, no music.
I want the music and the player. Right. Okay. So if I do this, can you hear that music? Okay. Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh dear. Yes. So this will be strict rhythm, and then we can try swinging it a bit. So 1, 2. Hang on. Let me just mute Paul for a minute. Otherwise, if he joins in, it will be. It's all right. I've muted you. It would fun if we had the two playing at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Right, so that's the automated version, which is what you need to hear how the dot rhythm pattern is meant to go. So John, or Paul for that matter, would one of you two like to do a slightly more interpreted version to finish it off?
I think Paul might be better for interpretation.
I'll have a go. I can't guarantee what it'll be like. Okay, here we go. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4.
Thank you very much. Yes, and you can go to the web and hear Bing Crosby singing it and Frank Sinatra singing it and all sorts of people. So it's a well-known one, certainly. Right, so that ends the this current set of music hall tunes. There are doubtless many more that one could be added. So the thing that was on the programme before we get on to spares, and I don't think we're going to have a lot of time for spares if we're going to stop on time, was Durham Rangers, which is, we're going back to the the Piper's Companion setting, this one. Etc. So let's do what our usual thing on it, unless somebody tells me otherwise. I'll play the black notes first, somewhat slower, so that we can get our fingers on it. And then we'll do the red notes similarly, and then we'll try putting one against the other. So we're in the key of D, 2 sharps, last 2 bars. Sorry, let me do that again. So yes, the last 2 bars are the lead in that's written at the top. I'm just confusing myself. Well, I have tested for COVID and it's negative. Right, so let's just try the the man from Zoe, Tim Spector, what his name is, says there's over 3 times as many colds as COVID's going around at the moment. Because I think we had 2 years where we didn't meet one another and we lost our immunity. So this is the same sort of thing happening to the red notes then. I'll do the same intro. Right. How are we for time? Time getting on. It doesn't matter if we overrun by a few minutes, does it? So I'll just play it through again. So first time through, I'll play the black notes, then I'll play the red notes, and you try and play the other lot against it. Yes. So you're going to end up start off playing the red notes. A little bit faster than we were then. It was almost even. See how much coffee. So let's last thing. Let's get the computer to play both parts so you can hear them together. You find me music again for this present thing. We want. What was it? What were we doing then? I've forgotten already. Durham Rangers, wasn't it? Yes. That's the one. Right. So, for the last time, share screen, share music, share sound. Lost it. There, right. I'll just press go because you get your 2 bars lead in. I'll unmute myself. That work all right? Were you able to play along with 2 parts of that speed generally? Right, well, it's now 4 o'clock, so I'll do that once more and then we'll stop. Though John probably wants to ask people about next time, possibly. So start thinking about that. Right, so same thing again. Here it goes. That doesn't. It does. And with that, I declare our music playing finished for today. But John, do you want to say something about future ones?
Yeah, just a couple reminder of the dates. We've got an event at Malden next Sunday. I'll send out a reminder of that to people who could attend. And Paul, I assume you're happy to continue trying to Zoom for the moment, are you?
Yes, subject to usual Wi-Fi lags, yes.
Right, and then the next Zoom-only session, the equivalent of this, is November the 6th. Now, what I normally do for the agenda is keep some things and bring in new things. So, is there anything people would particularly like to keep have another go at? Maybe we could do Durham Rangers a bit faster. Or that they don't want to play again. Obviously, the theme will change. So, anybody got any comments in terms of the agenda for the next Zoom-only session of November the 6th?
You've got the in the spares there was
yeah, I could bring some of the
Rowan Tree Hill. I like certainly. I mean, you could bring forward all those spares really, but.
Okay, well, just to be specific, is there anything that we played today that people think would bear another go, or should we have an all new agenda next time?
Oh, let's go for a change, eh?
Let's go for change, right? Okay, ring the changes. Thanks, Paul.
No, I think it's not a bad idea to have Durham Rangers faster.
Okay, well, there's room for it, and to bring at least a couple of new tunes in. And
Assuming I'm still alive.
Paul, many thanks for conducting the session through all your afflictions. Much appreciated.
Yeah. All right, and thank you for arranging or administrating, John. Right, so I'll see people next Sunday in Malden, all being well, or if not, then the 6th of November. Though I'm worth noting that I'm actually disappearing off to Spain for 2 weeks, coming back I think on the 4th of November, and I'm travelling this time by air and hand luggage only, so I probably won't have a concertina with me. So I want to have as much time to either practice or to prepare music, so it might be a bit more ad hoc. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you,
Paul.
This is being recorded, so and I'll make it available to the Chiltinas peoples. So if there are things there, any bits you struggled at, and you want to go back and do them again, you can go and find the appropriate bit in the video and go and look at it. Okay, I may see some of you at Green Shoots tomorrow, assuming my voice holds up. Otherwise, I'll see you anon. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.